How's it going, guys, and welcome to another Python tutorial video. And today we're going to be talking about user input. Alright, so here I've created a simple program that basically creates two variables that hold the integers 3 and 5 and adds them together. Now let's say we want to actually create some sort of calculator, and we actually want to ask the user for whatever number that we want to actually input. How do we do this? Well, what we can do, instead of x equals 3, we can go ahead and use a special keyword called input right here. Now inside here, it expects a string, which is going to be the question. So for example, enter a number. Now it's always recommended to keep a space after that, because the cursor is going to be directly after the question. So, and now if I go ahead and actually run the program, as you can see, it's going to ask me to enter a number. The program is just going to stay the same. It's not going to update unless I enter a number, for example, 23. Now, as you can see here, we got an error, because in here it takes the input data type as string. We want to go ahead and convert it to an integer. How do we do that? Well, we can go ahead and use some of these keywords. What you can do here is, for example, let's say we want to convert a string into an integer. We're going to do int, and then we're going to put whatever variables inside. So let's say, for example, we create a new variable z equals, and let's say 9, for example. We can go ahead and convert z into an integer. Let's go ahead and print real quick. So if I go ahead and run the program now, let me just enter whatever. As you can see, it goes ahead and prints 9 because it has been converted. So to prove it's actually an integer, let's add 3 to it, and let's run the program. Just whatever. Actually, my bad here. I had to actually put the variable in it. You have to store the converted type into the variable. But now, as you can see, if you go ahead and run it, so just whatever. As you can see, we converted the 9 into an integer. Now, keep in mind that you can only convert a data type into another if it's only convertible. So if I put something like z in here and I try to run the program, as you can see, it's just going to say not a valid value to actually convert. Let's go ahead and get back on the user input thing here. So we want to go ahead and convert the input here, the number that our user inputs, into an integer. So what we do here is x equals int x, and there we go. Now x is actually an integer, and we can go ahead and add x and y again. If I go ahead and run the program, and let's say I enter 3, the answer should be 8, and it is in fact 8. Now what you can actually do here as well is ask for it to input a second number, like so. And what this will basically do is do the exact same thing, but we're going to have to duplicate this line here and make sure that y is equal to integer y, turn it to an integer. So let's say we input 3 and 4, our result should be 7. So there we go. We can ask the user for anything. We can of course ask him for a string as well. For example, text equals input, enter your name. Let's say I want to get the user's name. We can go ahead and print text. As you can see, we can go ahead and run it. As you can see, let's just go ahead and delete those real quick. And as you can see now, it just asks for my name. I'm going to say code and draft, for example. And okay, let's just go ahead and take those out real quick. There we go. Should be able to type our name now, code, and there we go. Goes ahead and prints out the name. Click the video on screen next to learn about Boolean operators and if statements. Hope to see you there.